Yo guys, what's going on? Lucky Cheese 7 is here today to give you guys a Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime live stream discussion. This is actually the first time I'm doing this for the anime. I know before in the past I did like episode reviews before I took a huge hiatus because, well, the last episode of review I did was when Boruto and his academy friends, graduated. Or not, they didn't graduate, but they were like on the verge of graduating. When they had that picnic going on. So it's actually kind of fitting that I come back to the Boruto anime with, an academy arc of sorts. Only this time we're focusing on Himawari and, of course, with Kawaki. Now, this stream by itself isn't going to be that long. I don't think it's going to be that long anyway. Because, well, episode's been out for about a week, so I don't want to bore you guys with a lot of the insight that happened within the episode because everyone's talked about it. So I'll just share my thoughts on how the episode was, and I just want to say I thought it was really cool seeing Himawari's new ninja outfit. I think unlike with what was done with, say Sarada from the manga, and I've had my peeves about, her design there, but uh, and I might have said this when it came to the chapter live stream discussion on Boruto, but her ninja outfit's really cool because it's really reminiscent of her mother's outfit during part one, but the colors are a little more vibrant too, in that it also kind of resembles Naruto's outfit in a similar way. Not exactly the style or the color, but like like when you look at Naruto's original outfit, it it was kind of bright and it kind of stood out. It's like that with Himawari, where it just kind of sticks out, and I think it's really cool. Also, it's nice seeing her friends from the what episode was it? 159, I think, when Himawari was trying out the academy for like just one day, and she met her two friends. What was it, Iho and Yuina? I thought it was really cool seeing them again and kind of seeing them interact. Though I was a little bummed out, just slightly, that we didn't really get to see a lot of an interaction between Himawari and her two classmates. But then I had to look at it from the other spectrum and say, well, this is also Kawaki's story arc too. It's not just about Himawari; it's also Kawaki's side of things. And Kawaki, for the most part, his story arc is relatively focused on, you know, safeguarding a foreign exchange student from the land of bamboo. Princess Kai, who's the heir to, you know, said land. And the episode by itself was just pretty simple. It's just Kawaki looking over her, making sure everything's okay. Which you have this one dude, this simp, I'm gonna call him. He's like going super hardcore for Kai. And I remember sitting there watching the episode. I'm like, dude, you aren't gonna have a chance. You have no chance doing what you're attempting to do to try to win Kai over. And they pulled you know, the classic Japanese trope of, oh, you drop this, I'm gonna give it to you, and dude gets like mad flustered. So I was like, okay, because initially he's like, I'm like, I don't really rock with you. All of a sudden, that entire thing flips, and then he was given that. It's like, oh my god, senpai gave something to me. I'm like, just like that, bro. Like, switch, just what? I don't know. It's amusing. To say the least, it was amusing to see. But if I wanted to delve into more things, primarily the episode was more so about Kawaki and Kai, and no, not in the shipping sense, because I have seen a lot of people say, you know, maybe we could see something between those two. I'm not saying that's a definite possibility, but people are just having fun, and it's nice seeing those little moments, if you will. I'm not saying they're romantic or anything, but it's more of Kawaki just like opening up and just trying to get to know the person and trying to see like is the person really worth protecting. I mean, it's a mission that was given by Naruto, so of course he's gonna do what he can to fulfill it. And I like how you see certain traits from Himawari where she sees that Kawaki's acting a little strange, a little too strange because he's doing certain expressions he normally doesn't do. Like when he's introducing himself about the seventh, about like how, he looks up to the seventh and everything. And one of the classmates, I forget their name, but they were hysterical when they said, "Yo, is this dude like obsessed with Lord Seventh?" And some of them even said that, "Yo, he's a kind of a brute. He's a bit kind of scary, if you will." So it's one of those things. But interestingly enough, besides Himawari, I mean Himawari, of course, she knows Kawaki because they live in the same household with with Boruto, with Hinata, with Naruto. So obviously she has a connection there where Kawaki's like her big brother, second big brother, if you will. And Kai doesn't have the same reaction that most of the classmates do. She thinks Kawaki's kind of interesting in that respect, where the reason why Kawaki's even trying to protect her is because, oh no, she could be a threat to what's going on, or at least someone's like targeting her. Which, given how we've had bodyguards in the past, uh, with Tendo or Tento, I think it's Tento, right? Yeah, with Tento and what happened with that, it's not out of the realm of possibility to say that yeah, maybe this is the exact same thing we're seeing. I know, like it feels a little suspicious because if we're going off of Academy arcs, y'all remember Sumire, right? Sumire initially, super kind, and it's not like that side of her isn't there because we still see it, but there was like this hidden side of Sumire before the seal on her like broke off. So it's one of those things where something about this just doesn't feel right. And there are two suspects here. I have the homeroom teacher because the homeroom teacher is super reserved, super shy. Um, it's her first time being a teacher. All the class, the students are full of personality. And when you have a classroom that's like super dead set with a huge set of personalities, it can be a little overwhelming, especially to like young kids. Like if we're if we're looking at it, Himawari, I want to say is like 10, right? Boruto's like 13 at this point. So that's like fourth grade. That's like fourth grade level. And if we're looking at it like that, man, I don't even know where to start. That's the thing. It can be a little overwhelming. I'll just say that. But they see that Himawari, does tell Kawaki that, maybe what we should do is, if you want to try to get to know Kai, well, she does like romance novels, and that kind of gives Kawaki the idea that, maybe if I want to get to know her a little bit, just to see who I'm protecting, because that's my mission, might as well go out of my way to, get her a romance novel. And that one dude, hold on, I'm gonna actually look at this guy's name. It's Fuma, yeah, the guy from the Fuma clan. Uh, is it Iki? Yeah, Iki, dude, like mad set, is trying to win over Kai. Kawaki is like, "Yo, bro, this is not what I'm trying to do. You got the wrong impression." Dude tries to do a summoning. As Kawaki and Kai are like having this nice little friendship moment. He pulls off a summoning. Kawaki, saves the day. Um, Knocks him out, if you will. But we learned something interesting about Kai, and that's the fact that she had to pull off, the good nature, if you will. It's not to say that she's not good natured, but the whole princess vibe, if you will, the whole respectful atmosphere. That side of Kai, she had to kind of keep up her appearances. And when she's alone, it's like I can, relax for a bit. I can, kind of keep myself away from the press. It's one of those things where when you're like a super well-known celebrity and you have to maintain a certain image to, showcase that yeah, I'm representing, you know, my people. Doing that is one thing. But then when you're by yourself, it's like finally I can just like chill for a bit. It's like that. So it's one of those things where you can understand where uh Kai's coming from in that end of things. And one thing I do actually appreciate is that Himawari does notice again, Kawaki acting strangely about his behavior, but we're also seeing little things from Himawari, like her, doing shuriken practice. Also, at the very end of the episode, when Kawaki and Naruto are talking, you see that she's like, spying from behind the door, and she's like, "Oh, it's a secret mission," and it was it was a sweet episode. It honestly was. It's clearly a setup episode, if you will. Like it's the arc just started, so it's one of those things where, much like with Boruto's first episode in the academy, it's kind of like that where we're only building towards something. And that's what this is. It's just setting the pieces as to what we're doing with this episode and what we're doing with this arc. And by the looks of things, the next episode that comes out tomorrow, it does seem like we're still going to be treading along that same path, if you will. But we just got to see. And one thing I did notice about this episode, in contrast with Boruto's Academy days, is when you had Boruto in that particular time period, he didn't wanna be recognized as, the son of Naruto. He wanted to be, recognized for his own feats, for who he stands for as an individual, and I totally get that for Boruto. But Himawari, it's a totally different thing. But she it's also a different, sibling too. Like, just because you and a sibling you have, just because you all are brother and sister or sister, brother, whatever, doesn't mean you're gonna have the same thought process. So, while Boruto's a little bit more outgoing, Himawari has that too. But we've seen Himawari, she's very kind, she's respectful, very caring too, kind of like her mom in a way. But you notice how, not exactly being upfront, but you do see Himawari saying, "Hi, I am, the daughter of Naruto Uzumaki, seventh Hokage." But she's not bragging about it. She's just being super honest, and that's something I really, really, actually do like about it, Himawari the character. And I've seen a lot of people say, "Yo, d- did we mess up? Should Himawari have been our protagonist?" And oh, it's interesting. I'll say that it's interesting to see what would have happened if Himawari were the protagonist. But this is our chance, though. This is actually our chance of seeing, okay, now that we're following through her eyes and Kawaki's eyes, how would the story be like, shifting away from Boruto? And Boruto is in this episode, technically, but that's not much. As far as negatives go for this episode, like I said, I did wish we got to see a little bit more of, Himawari's classmates. I did wish we got to see more of that. Maybe you could see a little bit more on the training aspect. But it's like I said, arc's just starting, so we gotta wait and see how things progress. With the next episode and the episode after that. I don't know for sure how long this arc is gonna be. I've seen a couple people say maybe it'll be like 10 episodes, 12 episodes, around the same length to say the New Way arc, which was 12 to 4, I think 14, right? 15 episodes, I want to say. 14, 15 episodes. And honestly, my overall stance on Boruto episode 261, it's a good plus episode. That's honestly what I'm gonna say. It's a good plus episode of Boruto. It's not below the bar, it's not great, it's not amazing, it's just good plus. And to equate that to my own rating scale, or to equate that to a numerical rating scale, a good plus is about a 7.5 out of 10. So that's honestly where my stance lies on Boruto. I'm gonna try to do the next episode stream tomorrow because I know episodes primarily drop on Sunday. So fingers crossed that I tackle the stream tomorrow. And yeah, it's like I said, guys, the stream was not gonna last that long. Um, given that it's been almost a whole week now, and we're just in midst of getting the new episode. So I look forward to seeing what we're gonna get. Moving forward with the story arc, and yeah. Aside from that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Lucky7, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Naruto, Boruto related content, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.